What's up, guys? Class is in session. It's your host, Kyle, and as always, I'm here with Luis. We're bringing you a really cool discussion today. Why don't you tell them what it's about, Luis?
Absolutely, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're going to take a look at a couple, I think it's about 12 SPRs that Kyle and I kind of compiled in the last couple of days, and we took a look at a different couple SPRs that basically are useless, but because the market is kind of going crazy, they're expensive, and I kind of just want to go over what we're going to do today really quickly. Again, it's 12 expensive SPRs that don't really see play anymore, but because the market is going nuts, these things are kind of expensive. I mean, I guess expensive is going to vary from one person to the other, but if you're paying $5 or more for a piece of cardboard, some people might see that as expensive. But I guess for this video in particular, we're just taking a look at cards that aren't being used but are crazy expensive anyhow. And whenever you see the tag that says that it's plus shipping, it's anywhere between 50 cents to $4.99. And at the end of the video, we're just going to ask a couple of questions. What do you think is going on with the market? And we just want you guys to interact with us down in the comments. And I'm going to go ahead and let Kyle start us off on this list right here.
Yeah, so to start us off is probably one of the craziest things. It's Android 21 Violent Predator. She's sitting at a whopping $20.84 a copy at the time of recording. She is actually currently banned. She was banned right before set 9. I think it was dumb that they made her and then banned her. The SR is sitting at $3.99, so you can obviously see the difference there. It's a huge difference. But the reason she's on the list is because she's banned, right, and it's insane value. And then this one really hurt Luis right here, so I'll let him talk to you about this one next.
Yeah, before I talk about the first one, the second card, Meteoric Energy Vegito, Android 21. They might throw a curveball at us. Bandai might be crazy, might do something crazy and put this card in the game. I seriously doubt it because of the meta that is just going to continue to encourage players to do mono color decks. So this is kind of busted. So I see why it was broken, but it came out, I think it was a set after Surge or during Surge. I don't remember. Kyle.
Yeah, it came out the set right before Surge did. So it was very, very encouraging of playing a multicolored deck, which is what Bandai was pushing. And then after Bandai got done with multicolor, they started to push monocolor again, and so she ended up getting banned because of that. So
yeah, so even at this point, even the SR isn't worth it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, second card we'll take a look at. The second one we chose is Meteoric Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. This Kai was a baller back when he came out in set 7, Assault the Saiyans. I mean, I used to actually main this deck. Basically, you brought this dude out for Union Potara 2 blue 2 yellow. You swing and it put every single card on your opponent's side of the board. All their energy, all of their battle cards, put them in rest mode, and they were locked for a turn, which was kind of crazy. And the only way out of it is if you were playing blue or your opponent hadn't awakened yet. But it hurt me a lot just because I really like Vegito. I like the artwork and stuff like that.
Yeah. Next is probably one of my favorite cards. It's Gogeta Hero Revived. Again, banned card. They banned it right before set 10 got announced, due to the fact that Invoker was getting a 19k Goku that was going to pair really well with their 19k Vegeta, right, which allows them to Union Fuse for like virtually nothing. And it was just a busted card in general. It was able to stick around for about 4 or 5 sets. But just the deflect and barrier on it made it insanely busted. It was unhealthy for the game. Multiple people were getting upset for it, and were calling for it to get banned, and Bandai finally gave in. SPR is sitting at a $25 staple, which is absurd for a ban card. The Mag Collection, which was the reprint of the card, which kind of promoted playing it, which I don't agree with, was 49 cents plus shipping. And then the SR sits at 53, and then the other two expensive are the really rare Judge Level 1, Judge Level 2. So
so go out, get you a set of Judge Level 2 Gogeta Hero Revived and play them at your next local. So
no,
I think the
magnet.
Say what?
That's how you get DQ'd.
For real. Now, I think the Magnificent Collection box is kind of sick, and that box by itself is kind of expensive. It's not that great now. The decks just aren't that playable and viable because of what's going on in the game right now. But it was still a box. So if you go out and find one at a local tournament, I mean, you could flip that at TCG and get anywhere between a $10-$20 profit. The next card is SSB Vegeta testing his limits. Not 100% sure what his skills are, but he is quite expensive. I just can't really use them or anything like that in the current meta, and it's just $29 a card, which is just a lot of money. And just compared to the SR, I mean, you can get an SR which is still shiny, and it's just $1 for a whole set. And this came out set 5, same time Gogeta Hero Revived came out.
Yeah, and then we've got good old staple from back in the day, Explosive Spirit Son Goku. This card is sitting at a whopping $30. It's basically, this card is absolutely gorgeous. I love this card to death. It's unplayable now, but back in the day it was a powerhouse, being able to Shigesh into it and pop everything mid-battle, just because pretty much nothing had barrier at the time. So that fact just makes it absolutely
the shatter foil is sick though. I mean, if you can get that one, I would. I mean, if it's nice, it's really nice.
Yeah, and it's only sitting at 30 cents plus shipping, so I would go ahead and snatch up some of those. They're actually pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
But it did get reprinted twice. It got reprinted the Mag Collection, as well as the shatter foil was printed in Dropbox 4. It came out in set 3 with just Crossworlds. So I mean, it was really at the beginning stages of the game. So
yeah. So next we're gonna jump into this Piccolo fused with Nail. This card right here. This card is some garbage. Okay, this is a piece of trash card. This is actually what made me come up with this idea, and Kyle and I were just kind of thinking over this. I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys this guy's skill. I mean, you look at the price. It's $40, and you guys tell us down in the comments if you think it's worth $40. So as activate main is once per turn, you get to choose one of 2 abilities. The first one is this card gets 3k power for the duration of the turn for each Namekian card under this card. The second ability is if there are 3 or more Namekian cards under this card gains barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then you choose up to 1 of your opponent's energy, switch it to rest mode. That card can't be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's turn. Kind of cool ability, but when you take a look at Shenron or Sin Shenron, they kind of do that all by themselves and basically for free. And I don't know, this came out back when theme boosters were a thing. Theme booster number 3, Clash of Fates, and the SR is only 25 cents plus shipping. You can get a full set for $1 for the SRs, or you can just pay $40 a piece for this piece of garbage. Now theme booster boxes are cool, and I really do think that even Bandai recognizes that they're kind of cool, so they're going to bring out that Battle Evolution. And what's that, near the end of next month, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it's the end of March.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then next we've got actually a really cool looking card. I think this is probably one of the best SPRs ever made. Just the foiling on these cards was really good. But you got Finishing Blow Son Gohan. It's sitting at $45 a piece.
Ouch.
Probably most likely because of the artwork on it. It's got Double Strike for Sparking 7. It basically gets dual attack, as well as rests all of your opponent's energy. It came out in set 6. The SR is sitting at 25 cents per copy. People actually did play this. People actually played this around 2019 Nationals. They would put it in a red Broly deck or a yellow Broly deck, Broly Apes, Broly Button, whatever you want to call it, back when that was wreaking havoc around the meta. But yeah, other than that, you could pretty much get a playset for 25 cents of the SR. I don't think it's $45 worth, but you know, you do you. So
right, and then we got the Super Shenron Ultimate Wishmaster, $47.87. Yeah, this thing's a piece of garbage, dude. It's got about a pamphlet full of text on it. That if you're into reading, why not get yourself a playset for $47.87 a piece? Miraculous Revival set 5s when it came out, and the SR is 24 cents, so it's even cheaper than the Finishing Blow Son Gohan. And the Finishing Blow Son Gohan is quite a competent card compared to this. Now, and you guys let us know down in the comments what you think, and Kyle, you'd let me know what you think. I think the biggest reason why these cards at the high price, or one of the biggest reasons, is because they're quote-unquote not being reprinted or not being printed out anymore, at least not in this style, or at least not in this set anymore. So they're not making Destroyer King boxes anymore. They're not making Miraculous Revival boxes anymore. and you're not going to be able to pull out one of these pretty much ever again.
Yeah, no, Destroyer Kings was very, very limited print.
Yeah, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. I'm gonna talk about this next card just because I want to encourage people to actually get this card. This is Triple Flash SS4 Son Goku. It's sitting at $50. The SPR is okay. Now, if you're gonna go get yourself one, go get yourself a revision pack or the SR. I got myself personally the SR because it's shiny. The revision pack is not. I think there's a possibility you could get a foil revision pack card. I could be wrong.
No, it's all non-shiny.
Right, but the SR is 44 cents plus shipping, and the revision is 47 plus shipping. So the SR is even cheaper. Now, the reason why that I say that this card, you guys should go get this card is because I actually play it in Dark Broly. A lot of people you're not seeing play of this card. People just aren't playing it. And I'll talk about this a lot more in the Dark Broly deck build whenever I post that video. But typically, Dark Broly has one of the issues that it has is hand size in late game. If you ever run into people that like to just negate with things that stop you from attacking for the rest of the turn and just want to stall you out over and over again, you're going to run into this issue where you're not going to be able to draw as many cards as you can on your front side as you are going to be able to on your back side for Dark Broly. So Triple Flash is really, really good because it evolves over Heartfelt Plea, and Heartfelt Plea comes out after you kill one of your red battle cards with 25k power or more. You just blow it up, play Heartfelt Plea for free, and then for 1 red energy you can evolve Triple Flash on the same turn. So potentially with Dark Broly you draw 2 cards on Awaken, 2 cards on Offering, and an extra 2 cards on Triple Flash, because when you EX evolve you're able to draw 2 more times, and then you can Triple Flash, you can EX evolve Triple Flash the next turn over himself and draw an extra 2 cards. So who said you needed Ape when you can just go out and get this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for real. Next thing we're gonna talk about is Perfect Force Cell. This card was a baller back in the day. Yeah. A straight up monster. This thing was a part of a chain back in set 2, set 3 days. It was part of the Cell chain. So you play the 3-drop Cell that's now limited, and that's why this guy is dead. You play the 3-drop Cell for 3. You Union Absorb into the 5. You swing with the 5. It has double strike. It's a big old 20k double striker. You swing with that guy, and then you evolve into this guy. Then you Union Absorb for free into this guy. And then he basically says that your opponent is locked out of cards. They can only have 3 cards in their hand. And then you can do that pretty much every turn as long as you have the 3-drop Cell.
So he's busted.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah, go ahead.
So the reason, to answer your question, so the reason it's not played, is probably because the Cell is limited to 1. That Cell is just absolutely a monster. It's busted. It really should be brought back, honestly, because the Cell chain kind of gets hit by everything now.
Yeah.
But another reason is, like I said, it gets hit by everything. You know, we have so many free counters with these unisons out, and we have just a lot of things that just don't let this guy hit the board.
Absolutely.
So it's nice. It's a really dope card. I think that the $55 plus shipping isn't terrible for what this card used to be, and you know, the way it looks and how dope it looks. And especially being a set 2 card, it's a very rare card. You're not gonna find those anywhere anymore.
You gonna pay $55 for it?
Frick, no.
Next card we're taking a look at is Infinite Force Fuse Zamasu. This one's sitting pretty at $73.99. Shipping is included. This came out in set number 2 Union Force, and I mean, if you guys wanted a copy of this card, you want 4 copies, go out and get the SR for 80 cents. You have to pay for shipping or whatever, but it's actually not that bad of a card. It has some pretty good abilities. It's very similar to the Oob secret that it swings and then it gets rid of things in the life. This one gets rid of cards in your opponent's hand, energy, and life each time it swings, but it only gets to swing once per turn. But it does have Indestructible, and if you tell me if I'm wrong, Kyle, I could be wrong. You guys let us know down below. It might be the first card that came out with Indestructible, or one of the first few that came out with Indestructible.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of looking like. The fact that it came out in set 2, but yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
Right.
Next card we're gonna take a look at. We're gonna start out. This is gonna start our kind of set 1 stuff. It's gonna be Lightning Fast Hit. It's sitting at a giant whopping $74.99. This card actually did see some relevant play back in like set 9, set 10. Whenever the reboot hit leader came out, it actually allowed people to be able to play this and actually use this as kind of a somewhat of a win con. But ever since new versions of that deck have come out, this card has just dropped off the face of the planet once again, just because of the fact that it pretty much gets hit by almost every counterplay known to man out there right now. But if you want to play this card in your hit deck, go pick up the SRs, 44 cents plus shipping. So yeah.
Now we're gonna take a look at last two cards that we chose. First one is Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror, man. A Galactic Battle. This came out in the draft box 1, battle set 1. Galactic Battle set 1. It came out in set 1. So biggest reason why, at least people think that one of the biggest reasons why this card is so expensive is because it's not being printed anymore. You're never gonna see it ever again. A lot of people are losing their nuts. They're just losing their marbles out here on the market and just selling these things on the Majin Buu Facebook site at crazy expensive prices. This is sitting at $100. But if you really want to play this card, just go get the SR. I know that one of my biggest fears when I first saw the market going crazy was that, oh man, I'm just not gonna be able to play the game anymore. I mean, I'm paying $100 for a deck. I don't know if I could pay $100 per card. This is gonna be kind of difficult. But it seems to be only hitting the SPRs, and my buddy Elisha kind of has a theory on that, and we'll expand on it later. But if you really want to play this card, which I mean, there is a potential with Mecha Frieza being a thing, being able to be played later in the future, but I wouldn't be able to tell you. You just go out and get the SR.
Yeah, exactly. And then last but not least, we have probably the most expensive SPR other than the signature stuff, because obviously those are 100% collector's items. And this is too. This really is. These two cards are really, really collector value cards. The majority of people that are picking them up are collectors. It's Godbreak Son Goku. This card sees absolutely no relevant play anymore. It was a absolute powerhouse and a monster. Back in the day when it first came out, at the beginning of the game, set 1. The SR is about $30, but it's sitting at a whopping $190.
30
so
cents.
Almost.
Sorry. Yeah, the SR is 30 cents.
Yeah, the SR is 30 cents. The SPR is sitting at a whopping $190 plus shipping. So you're gonna be paying out the wazoo for this thing. But like I said earlier, this is pretty much just a collector's item now. That's why I think that most of these cards are going up, especially these set 1, set 2 cards, is just because collectors are starting to finally get into the game, which I think actually gives this game a good bit of value, which is actually kind of nice. So
yeah, but I mean that's two of those is a Cell Xeno right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Finally, guys, we just want to kind of go over some of those questions that I was thinking about earlier. What's going on with the market? What's happening? What's going on? More than anything, there's a couple different reasons why people think that the market is going crazy. The first one, and personally seems to be one of the most viable options, is because everyone's getting that stimulus check, or everyone was getting the stimulus check. So people saw that was happening. So you know what? They're going to be, the people that are buying cards right now are going to be willing to buy more cards from me at a higher price because they just got $600 in the mail. So why not? I'm just going to shoot all the prices of all my cards back up. And the second thing was what Kyle was just saying earlier about that Son Goku. Collectors are getting in the game thanks to the collector's binder, which once it comes out, as soon as we get a copy of this thing, once we get our own, we're going to post a video on that, so stay posted. Collectors are getting into the game now, so the game is going to, go up in value. And people that are just in the game to collect are going to spend a lot more money. I mean, there's people that are in Pokemon just to collect. And that really hurts the market because it just raises the prices of each individual card at a tremendous rate. But as I was saying before, since it's only the SPRs that seem to be getting hit, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're still gonna be able to play the game. I mean, do you remember the name of that 4-drop green Vegeta, Kyle?
4-drop green Vegeta
has Deflect, Servant, 10K.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's a beautiful card.
Right. I picked that card up when it was $2 a piece when the set had just come out, and then all of a sudden it's sitting at the market for like $50 a piece. And if you take a look at the market now, it should be, once we posted this video, should be around $15, maybe $20. But I mean, the card, first of all, isn't seeing a lot of play, and I guess it's good because it has deflect, so it's most likely going to hit the board. And it gets rid of markers on your opponent's battle cards. And if you guys see some of my Ginyu stuff, I actually have the card in the deck. But it's quite expensive. I don't think it's worth $25 or $15, whatever it is. And
absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, the art is probably some of the best art we've seen in a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it's still not worth that amount.
I definitely agree. I think it's a beautiful card, to be honest. I think it's a wonderful card. Finally, last thing. If we want to leave you guys with this and let Kyle have any last remarks that he has, do you think it's Pikachu players messing with our market? Yeah,
this is a total meme, guys.
It could totally be a meme. Absolutely, it could totally be a meme. But my buddy Elisha was thinking that, you know, Pikachu players, Pokemon players are coming into our market and are getting upset because Dragon Ball is gaining popularity, okay? A TCG is gaining popularity, and another quote-unquote competitive franchise is getting jealous of our popularity growth and is coming into our market and doing these dumb buyouts, buying cards that we don't use and then raising the price and making our market go crazy. You guys just let us know what you think. And I mean, what do you think, Kyle?
I think it's collectors, honestly. I think the collectors are finally starting to come into this game, which is actually allowing this game to grow. I think that when a collector starts investing money in a card game, it becomes they're taking it as a long-term investment, which actually means that they believe this game is not going to die and it's actually going to stay alive for a good bit of while, like Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh, which actually gives a lot of hope for a lot of Dragon Ball players who are putting the money into this game, that their cards are just not going to be worthless in the next couple of years. So
my question to you, and you tell me what you think, Kyle, is we actually didn't talk about this beforehand. What does this mean for is it Digimon?
Digimon?
Yeah, what does it mean for Digimon?
I think Digimon's destined to die. I think there's no way that Bandai can fix that game. I think that, well, in the US at least, now obviously over in Japan, it's actually a really big hit. But in the United States, we saw this with Naruto and Godzilla and other things that utilize the memory gauge system. It's not a great resource system. The deck is way too RNG. There's no way to find things. If you spend $150 on a flower cannon and then it doesn't end up in your security, well, then you're SOL. Okay. You're sorry out of luck, and you just wasted $150 in that game. So that's what I think. Pokemon is just ultimately destined to die. Now, I could be proved wrong, but that's just my personal opinion from playing the game, from seeing the game played, from listening to high-level competitive Digimon players, quote-unquote competitive. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion about the Digimon.
Absolutely. I don't know a whole lot about Digimon. I haven't been looking into it. I don't have enough money or time to be putting resources into another TCG. So I'm just going to stick with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's, I really, really appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. Again, let us know down in the comments what you guys think. We definitely want to know what you guys think, or if you've heard anything that we just don't know about, we'd also like to know that. Finally, thank you guys so much. We're praying for you guys always, and class is dismissed.
See y'all.